Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am going to be going through my spring TBR. So some of these books I've read and I'm just doing rereads, or they're books that I've been wanting to read for a while. And then other books that I just feel like will bring some spring/summery vibes. So let's start with books that I am going to be finishing in a series. So some of these I am only like a few books in, so it'll take me a while to get through the series. Otherwise, there's one that is the last book in the series, so we'll start with that one first. So that's Finn Rose Forever by Stephanie Archer. This is the final book in the Queen's Cove series. This one is about Finn and Olivia, is that her name? Yeah, Finn and Olivia, and she's running her parents' bar. And Finn we've seen a little bit in the other books, but not too much, so I'm kind of intrigued to learn more about him. But so far, from I think it was the last book, In Your Dreams, Holden Rhodes, I love seeing Olivia and I loved her character, so I'm excited to read this. I just grabbed this one because it's the next one in the series that I have to read, but this is the Magnolia Park series and I want to finish the series, or at least start reading some of it, because it's been a while since I've picked up the series and I really enjoyed it, so I want to get to this again. And then I'm currently reading Heartless, which is the second book in the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver, and this is the third one. I think this one is, yeah, Jasper and Sloane, I think is her name. I'm actually really intrigued by Jasper because he's just so mysterious and quiet, and we don't really know much about him besides that he's a hockey player. I think she's like a ballerina or something, I'm assuming from the cover. But I love this series so much. I love every book that Elsie writes, and I want to get through the series because she has her new one that just came out and I'm actually staring at it. It's in a box, but I'm waiting to unbox it until the end of this month or early May. But it's just killing me not being able to read that because I heard that everyone just loves it. So yeah, I want to get through this series. And then I'm going to go through just some random books that aren't part of a series. So that's Picking Daisies on Sundays by Liana Sincati. This one just reminds me of spring. I don't know much about it, but I know that a lot of people read it a little bit ago, like 4 months ago, 3 months ago, and they really liked it. And it's just a short book, and I feel like this will be perfect to read outside in the sun. And then I have Mrs. Nash's Ashes by Sarah Adler. This one, I heard a lot of people really love it, and if you love Beach Read by Emily Henry, you're supposed to really like this one too. So that intrigued me when I read that. Okay, and then my rereads is all of Emily Henry's books minus Happy Place, because I read that one not too long ago, so I don't know if I'm going to reread it. But People We Meet on Vacation was my first book by Emily Henry, and I honestly did not enjoy it, so I want to give it another chance and see if my feelings have changed or if my taste has changed and maybe I'll like it now. I don't know. But this is Friends to Lovers. They take a trip every summer and they had like a falling out, so they don't talk anymore, but she invites them on a trip that she takes for work and they kind of reconnect. But we will see if I liked it again. I don't know. I'm kind of interested. And then Beach Read, I read this a while ago too, and I really loved it. So I want to read it again because this book just holds a special place in my heart. Really, all of Emily Henry's books do. This one is about August and January, and they're both authors, and they have houses right next to each other, and they don't really like each other at first, but they make like a pact that they're going to help each other finish books. and they get closer along the way. And then we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This one I don't really remember much about for some reason, but I remember I really liked it. So I don't know, I think he's an editor and then she's a literary agent. So I think she goes on a trip and meets Charlie there, and they don't really like each other at first. Yeah, I really want to read this because for some reason I just cannot remember much about it. Okay, then the rest of the books are new series that I'm going to be starting, which is a little bit scary because it's a lot of new series, but I love starting a new series. So the first one is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This one is the first book in the Knock 'Em Out series. It's about Knox and Naomi, and I've just heard so many things about the series, and it was popular a while ago. So I've just been putting it off. I don't know why. Maybe because it's literally a brick of a romance book, but it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I don't really have an excuse why I can't read it. So I think it's finally time that we start this. So if you've read it, let me know. We have Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I just finished the Dreamland Billionaire series, and this one is kind of interconnected with that series. Dahlia, she's friends with the main female character in Final Offer, and I really liked her character so far. And then Julian, we don't really see much of, but he is shown in Final Offer as well, but like barely. I think she's an interior designer and he has his own like, not like construction business, but he does something like that. I don't know. They renovate a historical house together. So I heard that this is one of her best books that she's written, and I love Lauren Asher. I've only read the Dreamland Billionaire series, but I gave every book 4 stars and I really enjoyed it, so I'm excited for this one. And then we have Throttled, another series by Lauren Asher. This is her F1 sports romance series. This one's about Maya and Noah. I don't really know much about this whole series besides this F1, and the 4th and final one is apparently the best one in the series. But I think I'll probably like it because I like sports romances and I love Lauren Asher's writing. So I'm kind of curious if I'll enjoy this as much as the Dreamland Billionaire series, but we'll see. And then we have Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the first book in a very long series. It's the Addicted/Calloway Sisters series, and it's 9 books. So that's a lot of books for a series, but I feel like I won't have to read it in a row. Like I could kind of take breaks and remember what happened, because I'm still finishing series that I started from a long time ago. So I'm not too worried about it, but I do feel the FOMO for not reading this because so many people love it and it is such a well-loved series. So I think it's about time that we start this one as well. And then we have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. They're rugby players. It's about Johnny and Shannon, I think. I heard that my life will be changed after reading this series, so I'm kind of excited. That just intrigued me, like so many people love it, and I'm also kind of nervous because it is so well loved. And I was also very nervous because the font, I don't know if you can tell, is very small, and they just added it on Kindle Unlimited, the first 2 at least I think I saw. So that's a plus. So this has been on my TBR for a while, so I gotta get to it. And then the final book is a fantasy series. I'm gonna start the Throne of Glass series. This doesn't really remind me of spring, but I read ACOTAR in April and May, around that time, so I feel like it's only right to start this one, even though this is not on my April TBR. There's a bunch of different reading orders, and it's so confusing and kind of stressful to know when to read The Assassin's Blade. I don't know why it's such like a difference in opinions. I don't know, but I am going to read it first because technically it's like 5 prequels I think in one book. I know that some people read it 3rd in the series, some people read it 4th, some people say you're supposed to read it before Throne of Glass, some people say you're supposed to read it after Throne of Glass. It's very confusing, but I heard if you read this third or fourth or anywhere other than first, you can kind of spoil things for yourself. And I also heard that if you wait to read this, it's really hard to go back and read the prequels because this happened before the Throne of Glass story. These are all the books that I am hopefully going to read this spring. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these down below and your thoughts and opinions on it. And please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!